Hello, YouTube. Dang, there's all kinds of sirens going on over here. So it's 3:08 p.m. They're going that way. All right.
Get it?
3:08 p.m. Monday, November 29th, 2021. And actually, the title of the position that person I met with, the job counselor, whatever, her name is Rosa. And I'm really good at remembering her name because there's this woman I had a massive crush on and sort of a fling with named Rosa. Anyway, that's a memorable name for me. And I'm thinking about Rosa a lot lately. Not the counselor I just saw, but the other Rosa. Anyway, meeting with her at first just felt like it was a complete waste of my time, and she initial response with that was not good. By the way, her position I think is vocational rehab specialist. It's an awesome job title. Oh my God, that reminds me. When I was when I initially got hired over at the Union Jack, they'd given me some. It'll be mentioned in a vlog. I might have to go through my vlogs to remember what the hell they called me. But they were giving me some kind of a glorious title that had to do with AV consultant or something like that. And boy, did it sound good. And boy, did it turn out to be absolutely fucking nothing. Speaking of which, I installed and logged into Snapchat on the new Obama phone, and it has to, if it could browse my contacts, to connect you with people. Generally speaking, when an app asks for that, I tell it no, but it's brought me some fun results with Snapchat, so it's like, yeah, what the heck, let's see. Which is funny because I don't have any contacts on that phone, so I don't know where it pulled up its list from. Snapchat algorithm gonna do what Snapchat algorithm's gonna do, and all that information is going to China anyway. So at this point, I almost feel like this country would be better if it did get invaded and run by China, but that's another discussion for another time. Not that that's what I want. I'm just looking at what a fucking shit show the United States has become in the last year. But hey, let's go Brandon. So anyway, it pulled out a bunch of, every time I do that, I go scrolling through, and it'll show names or usernames or emails or I don't know. It just and 90% nicknames. Sometimes I'll see actual names. And it's funny every time I look, I'm like, do I think I know who that person is? And would I want them on my Snapchat? Maybe. Okay. Hell yeah! Wow. I know who that is, and I haven't heard from them in years. It's kind of funny, and it'll tell you how many mutual friends that you and that person have on Snapchat, which is funny. Anyway, I clicked a bunch that time. One of them was the owner of the Union Jack. So he hasn't responded and accepted my friendship request. But that was, of all the names that popped up on that list, that was one of the more notable and amusing ones. Another one that popped up was a Lily T, which I'm thinking is probably my missing daughter. She hasn't accepted my friend request either, but maybe it could happen. Anyway, there are quite a few that I sent out, and I'm like, yeah, okay, okay, and send that person a friend request and that person a friend request, and the only one that has responded and accepted it, I have absolutely zero idea who that person is. And sometimes I forget what the heck they call It's called a Bitmoji. One that's like a cartoon approximation of yourself on Snapchat, which I've never done. Every time it's suggested that I do it, and I'm like, okay, I got time for this. What the fuck? And I hit the button and point the camera at myself. Like, it just never. The few times I've tried it, it's always been on such underpowered devices, or I've had such a bad connection to the internet that it just straight up hasn't worked. But so yeah, I think I just show up as a blank yellow silhouette on Snapchat, in spite of the fact of how active I am on Snapchat. But I don't know, sometimes when it pops up on that, I'm just like, oh, that Bitmoji is female and cute. Yeah, I'll send that one out. but yeah, I'm kind of curious to see, what's gonna come of. I got 10 seconds. I'll give it a shot. Always curious to see what comes out of my next round of installing a new device, and it suggests that I should have these people as my friends. Let's see what comes out of this last wave of friend requests on Snapchat. And the funny thing is, I've noticed a lot of people, or at least I feel like a lot of people try out Snapchat because somebody told them they should try out Snapchat, and they fuck with it a little bit, and then they just never open it again, and don't really use it, and of course they don't delete their accounts either. Oh wow, I'm walking on wherever that ambulance went. That's all freaky. Yeah, so they don't follow up with that. They don't actually use it. So I'm wondering how many of those people I sent. No, I'm not into arson, but thanks for asking. Yeah, so I'm wondering like how many of those friend requests went to people who don't even really use Snapchat and haven't even seen it yet.